Hello, welcome to Kingdom of Springkeep, session 18 now. Last time we had a bit of a shopping episode with some books, some clothes, and a whole lot of chaos in a church. I believe where we left off, Kashana was going off to read. Laura and Zintris were making some money. Onates and Velki were just getting back from getting Onates' new clothes. So I'll leave everything up to you. What would you like to do on this fine Tuesday?
I have something that I want to do before we actually get back to the inn.
Okay.
And I don't know about everybody else, but they could probably go first. If anybody else wants to do anything. I don't know about everybody else, but they could probably go first. If anybody else wants to do anything. I don't know about everybody else, but they could probably go first.
Whoa. What's going on?
Oh,
here?
who's echoing?
I don't
mine
know.
Mine should
Jericho's
mute it.
echoing.
Whoa. What's going on?
Oh, who's echoing?
Oh no, how do I fix
no.
this problem?
Okay.
You just need to mute the stream, or not the stream, but the
I
like.
I thought it was me for some reason. I was like, wait, I'm muted. What?
I was
Okay.
like, why did Mel's microphone suddenly get a lot worse? And why is she repeating what she just said?
Don't worry about it.
So,
However, does anybody else need to do anything?
Matt, Rose,
I'm good. Well, I'm with Velk.
I got my letter.
We'll wait
I
until
assume,
Jericho
I assume I'm
back
going
from
to be.
war.
I assume I'm going to be momentarily, at least, involved in what Velky's doing. So,
Jared, does Lore need to do anything quick?
last he was playing music.
I think Jericho's mic broke.
Maybe.
Well,
Do
you
you want
want
me
to
to
just...
I could just, I could just go.
Yeah, just go, Mel.
just-
What would you like to do?
Well, first of all, Velky's gonna kind of, as he's walking with Onates, he's gonna touch his bag. He's gonna have a reminder of something that's in his bag. He's gonna pull it out and he's gonna look at the book that Laura has given him.
Yes.
And, he'll look at Onates and... Do you mind if, well, I have a couple of things that I need to do before I go back. If you'd like to go ahead, you can. I don't care.
would you rather I didn't go with you?
Just said I didn't care. Onates, you can follow if you want. It's just...
I'll go with you then.
Okay. So I'm gonna look for bookstore.
Some books.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Fuck my dice. Oh. They're next to me, just far away.
Since you don't actually know where Books is, though, I mean,
I don't-
the city is
I don't
mostly
even-
just like two roads.
I don't even know that it's called books. I know that there's a store here somewhere. Oh, that's a nat 20. Yay.
Oh, wow. So as you're
You do
walking
know
down
books.
from the nameless seamstress, you eventually catch a glimpse of a store, or at least looks like a store, and all it says on the sign out front is books.
He nods. It's an apt description. Okay. I'm gonna go in there.
Okay. As you
Lead the
enter,
way.
you see a tall half-elf just kind of sweeping up, making things a little tidy. The room is pretty sparse. Not a lot of books on the shelves. And yeah, lighting coming in through the window kind of makes it feel like you get the sense of like this building is not very well upkept. But yeah.
Very well maintained.
Yeah, it doesn't look super well maintained.
Well, he'll knock on the you knock when you enter a dwelling. Just on the door frame. Hello?
The half elf looks up. Oh, hello. Can I help you?
Maybe. Are you the only bookstore in town?
Well, we're more of a library than a bookstore, but we are also a bookstore, I guess. The answer would be yes.
Right. Can people... No. This book, and he holds out the vegetable book. Did it come from here?
Yes. I do believe I lent that out to someone earlier.
Is it possible to purchase it?
Uh, I suppose it's currently lent out under their name.
I'm aware. It's law.
They're
He's a
one of
friend.
our companions.
And
Uh,
why would you like to pay for it?
Well, because I like it and I'd like to keep it.
Okay, if you would like to, yeah, sure.
Maybe.
A little strange, but
Why is it?
oh,
It's okay.
just because someone else had lent it out. This has never really happened before.
First time for everything.
I
Which is it?
suppose that is true. Let me go check. Checks goes up to the desk by the cash register, flips through some pages. Looks like that'll be about 3 silver for that one.
Okay.
All
He'll
right.
take 3 silver out of his pocket.
And we will mark that one off as having been paid for. Now Lord does not need to return it.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah. It's fine.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
On a taste, you need anything? Wait, how many books did they take?
I don't think they told us. But, and he'll kind of reach into his pocket and kind of play with some coins. I don't suppose you have any books on the stars.
On the stars, is there a particular star or just stars in general? A constellation?
The description I could give you, you wouldn't know.
Well, I think that's a little presumptuous. But
Have you heard the name Voshan?
well, no.
There we go.
But that's besides the point.
You know what? Actually, I'm fine. But here. And he'll kind of toss like 3 gold on the table. Given the price of that last book, that should cover whatever they happened to borrow from you.
Okay. This is a weird day. But all right, I'll mark off all their books as having been paid for.
Thank you.
Now we can buy some new books.
See,
That would be great.
I thank you very much. And if there's anything else, feel free to come back.
of course. And to turn to Volky. Anything else you want to do?
Yeah, just one thing.
Lead the way then.
Well, I would like to find a marketplace to buy food with. To buy food in.
To buy food
I
in.
apologize.
I would like to buy it with the marketplace.
Are
I
you
would like to
looking?
start my own food truck.
The homestead game now.
You're trying to find basically like just a store to get
Grocer, some
some
vegetables,
groceries. All right.
rice,
Right.
bread.
Yeah. There's a small market section where you could collect basically almost any food supplies you wish. If there's something like very specific you're looking for.
Right.
So rice, okay, yeah.
Bread,
Okay.
some carrots and onions.
Okay. How many days are you hoping to purchase for?
Well, I mean, rice lasts forever. So,
Okay, you could probably
a week?
a week.
Rice kind of heavy though.
It is, but that's what,
I would
Applebee
say
is
you
for.
can get you could get a good supply of food stocked up for a gold or two
Okay,
for some decent.
that's acceptable.
Yeah.
Whenever he picks something out, Onates quickly throws money over his shoulder at the person he's paying it from. What is it, a couple of gold? Sure.
What are you doing?
I'm paying for the food.
You don't have to.
You're right. I want to.
Okay. If would you also want to maybe carry the rice back to the car?
And
Very heavy.
hoist it over his shoulder. Of course.
All right. Is there anything else you
Okay,
need, or
I'm-
does someone else have
I'm
something?
happy to head back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. We can go back.
Zin, Kashana, Lore.
I'm still good.
I want to just I want to check out my books. Really dive into the Let me look.
I think you did that.
The one that got well, I know I looked at them, but I want to delve a little bit
Yeah.
deeper because we did that really fast.
Yeah, did do that really fast.
Yeah, so not the Book of Victims. I don't give a fuck about that.
Wow.
But the
I'm
one
here.
with all the gods in it.
Okay.
I want to look at that one more closely.
Okay. Give me. Are you back at the inn for this?
Yeah, I haven't left. Like, because I think we left off with me at the inn looking at my books.
Yeah.
We
and my
did.
stuff.
Okay. Give me a investigation check to pour over the books.
That's a 24.
24. Okay, so before I go into it, is there any particular information you are specifically looking for?
I want anything about Shatir, Voshin, and anything that pertains to there possibly being more gods or anything connected with the wall.
Okay. So we'll start with Voshin. Voshin is listed as one of the 10 gods of the pantheon for Springkeep. He is symbolized by stars, the archer, wanderer, and is the personification of loyalty.
Loyalty, okay.
Nothing super recent. In fact, the information you're getting just kind of gives apt description and like a few story and tales. This book seems to be more of like an introduction to the gods themselves. As for Shatir, listed as god of protection, symbolized by the moon and lantern. It is listed in there of through the power of Shatir that the wall was created. Does also list them as one of the 10 gods of the pantheon. What else would be in there for that one? There would be vague notions of, as you're reading through Shatir, it almost sounds as if there is a sister or twin for Shatir. Though it doesn't say a name or anything too detailed about that.
Okay.
As for the wall, it mostly only, and it's only underneath Shatir for it. It is described as a last resort sort of spell that can only be performed via ritual with a hefty cost. As for the other gods, it does, while the book only is talking about these 10 gods of the pantheon, it does hint at there being others, though unlisted.
And it doesn't say why they're unlisted, or
It does not say why.
no other information, just hints at them having other gods.
Yep.
Okay.
And as you come into contact with other gods, as it may come up, you could probably search back to this book to get a little bit of information on them.
Does this book have a name?
No,
Or is it just like a diary?
It's not a diary. It is a leather bound book that does not seem to be like branded or anything.
Okay.
And it looks old.
Old AF. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Hey. Can I tell how old the book is? Like, it looks old, but can I kind of get a feeling of like
Can you
1,000 years
carbon date
ago?
it?
Yeah.
You have a pretty high intelligence. I would say make a history check on that.
History. Okay. 9.
Looks old. Could probably be. It's likely due for a fixing.
This bitch old. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the very least, you don't think it's probably like within your lifetime or maybe even like your grandparents' lifetime.
Okay. And what was the third thing I got? It was...
You got a what appeared to be like a personal diary.
Yeah, that was the first one that I was like, yeet.
Okay.
Don't care.
Did you actually eat it or do you still have
No,
it?
I still have it.
Okay. The third
Was the letters, right?
Yeah. Letters from Courage.
Okay.
You're going through those?
I'm gonna go through those a little bit, yeah. Not like fully extensively.
Okay. So from the little bit you get, as you're just kind of skimming through, there's correspondence. You're only seeing one side of a conversation. And there's the general pleasantries of like, how are you doing? This is what I've been up to. But there's also notes of and descriptions of discussing experimentation on the undead.
And can I tell, like, is there dates on these letters, or...
No, there's no dates. But you can absolutely tell that it is all from the same person, as the handwriting is the same throughout each and every one of them.
Okay.
They are all signed from Courage to Barry.
Okay. All right, that's all I needed, I think, with those. I'll just wait for the others to come back.
Okay.
Speaking of which,
I was gonna say, can Lori also just go back? Is my mic working again also?
yeah, no,
Seems
you're
like
here.
it. Seems
You
better
go.
now.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Rad, it was having a problem earlier. Sorry, I did not mean to cut you off also.
Oh, I was
go,
just
you go.
saying, like, we probably all go back. You said what I was gonna say.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was just
So-
gonna go back.
So, Kashana, as you are flipping through this book and these letters you received, you hear the door open and in comes Lore, soon after Zintris, and then Depa, my brain is not working today. Onates and Velki.
And this is in my room.
I was like, where
Are
is
you
she?
doing
Is she
it?
in, like...
Oh, sorry. I thought you were doing it in the lobby. Kind
Oh
of.
hell no! Not discussing this in the public eye.
Imagine everybody just kicking your door down one after the other.
My apologies. I thought you were like at a table. No.
No.
Never
I'm
mind
in my
then.
room.
Everyone else shows up at the Stout Cougar. I guess Kashana is not in view when you walk in.
So who was it in order? Did you say it was
Laura
Lauren's interest?
Yeah, Laura's interest, and then you two.
Then Lauren's interest get there first. Cool. Okay. Ew.
Is there anything you'd like to do, or is Kashana going to come downstairs to meet all of you?
That's up to them. I can come down.
Okay. Well, if Zinders and Laura don't have anything that they wish to discuss or have anything they need, Mel is indisposed at the moment as
Oh god.
she unbreaks her thumb.
Jesus.
Excuse me?
Okay.
Oh,
Things are
I broke
happening.
My thumb just, oh no.
Take your
Boy,
time on
howdy.
breaking your thumb. Laura, you got some money before, so you can be counting that. Zin, you have your letter
Hidden away.
hidden away. Okay, that's fair.
I'll come down. I'm
read
gonna
my
leave
book?
my stuff up in my room though, and I'll come down for a drink.
Okay.
I sit at the bar and read my book. More?
Sure.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
You're reading your book on the Ruin's Edge.
The runes, yeah.
Okay. Give me an investigation check as you go through more of that.
Hmm. Nice. That is 20.
20.
Mm-hmm.
So last time you found out that the people of Ruin's Edge actually live within the ruins themselves down below.
So cool.
As you're continuing on, you learn that they only go so far as they deem the lower and lower areas too dangerous to continue working. So they mostly live within the upper areas of it, though it does delve deeper underground. One thing you learn is that people don't just go to Ruin's Edge. They generally need to be invited or have some sort of documentation to say they're allowed to be there.
Interesting. Does it say by any chance how you get invited or like who can go?
It would be people invited from people within the city.
Ugh, lame. That's so hard to get. Okay. That's cool though.
As for further avenues, you could probably ask around and find out when you get closer there.
Okay. That's super cool. I just don't know anybody from
Yeah. Sadly, no one, I don't think anybody here has been to Freya Noon.
lame.
But hey, got a little more information.
Very good information. Thank you.
Okay, Mel, you're back?
Yeah, sorry.
No? It's okay. Hopefully your thumb is A-okay.
Yeah, my whole hand's good. It's fine.
Okay. So,
I'm gonna. I need to take all of the provisions to the horse first. Or rather, the cart, not the horse. The horse is away. I'm just gonna dump it on my horse and go. I
should have got a
apologize.
mule.
Oh, silver!
I mean, I'm carrying some of it, so I
Yeah.
go with them.
Yeah, your cart's, I imagine, outside of the Stout Cougar. Pack your stuff
Just make
in
sure
there
I
in the
got
back.
everything. Yep, tuck it away. Cover it with a blanket, you know. Usual
Don't
stuff.
want it stolen. All right.
Give the Applebee a pet.
Also give Applebee a pet.
Applebee is pretty tired.
Please sleep, sweet horse.
Even though it's been some time, the wolf attack clearly is still like drained her.
Sweet Applebee.
What were
I
you?
suggest that you go in ahead of me.
How come?
I don't know if I can go in yet.
We can wait out here.
Oh no. Horrible idea. Sorry,
Oh.
it's not a horrible idea. And we're like, what if they're all in there already?
Then they can wait.
It doesn't seem like... Okay. You know what? I'll go. I'll
You
go,
sure?
but... Yeah, don't want you waiting out here with me all night.
I'd be happy to do it.
Oh, I'll follow.
Okay. Time to go inside.
Ding dong. Hello? Are we in?
Okay. As you enter, you see, I imagine, Zin, you're just at a table, or are you hanging out with Lore as he goes through his book?
I'd probably just be at a table.
At a table?
No. Lore has gone, finds interest, and sits with him. He moves tables.
I think
You
Kashana.
can-
Okay, I guess I'm with Lore.
Okay.
He watches interest come in, and then he finds interest and sits there. He doesn't say anything, he just sits there.
Is there anything you two have to say to each other before we move on?
No.
Okay, Anates and Velki, as you enter and take your step in, it is at the exact same time that Kashana steps down the stairs to come get a drink.
That's convenient.
Well, bloody hell. Well, at least we're all here.
Flag down Kashana.
With Lore and Zintris blissfully unaware of the events from earlier.
Kind of sit down. Very bluntly, Anates is just like, we have to talk.
Well, I was just about to say the same thing. Can I have a drink, sir? I kind of waved down the bartender.
I
The
think your inhibitions are, like, mellowed enough, Kishona. Do you need a drink, really?
Oh, you're gonna need one soon, darling.
Doubtful.
the underaged helper brings you your drink.
How much for it?
The drink's covered in your room cost.
I
Unless you're
tossed
getting,
this
like,
man
a
3
ton.
fucking silver
Okay.
as a tip.
Do you want to do this down here?
Oh no, we do not want to do this down here. I suggest
get
we go
moving.
upstairs to my room.
Let's go.
I lead them all up into my room like clippity
I look
cloppy.
at Lauren's interest while they leave. And I'm like,
I think we all should go. Law.
hold
and
on a
Ventress.
fucking second, Kishona. They don't know what they're about to get into.
And I
Go.
don't think we should talk about it down here, Velky.
Just
we
give
know what we're getting
him a minute.
into.
Just know that you're all in trouble, apparently. Go. Hurry.
Oh boy.
Nobody's in trouble.
Okay.
Well, nobody other than Kashana.
I'm always trouble.
No, you're in
Say
it.
that again. Okay, we'll go upstairs. Do a little waddle.
Clippity cloppity, up those stairs I go we.
The
On the
8-foot tall rock man does a waddle up the stairs.
I wish Anatate would be.
I think he's my height.
Yeah, I know. It's just, hyperbole.
Once we get in the room, Taste will go, okay, start talking. And please, don't make me regret my decision more than I already do.
Actually, before you start talking, what did you steal? All of it. I'd like to see.
I'm gonna make sure the door and the windows, everything's closed.
Everything is closed. You can lock the door
Alright.
from the inside as well.
Yeah, I'm locking that bitch. Well, I stole, more like borrowed, because
No,
I have
you
to give it
stole
back.
it.
No, I borrowed it because I have to give it back, and I promised that, and I keep my promises.
I have a funny sense of borrowing.
Well, sometimes you have to take and then say you borrowed. But if you don't mind, would you like me to get to the point where I say what the hell I have in my hands?
He looks away.
All right. So, in that shitty ass cabinet that your little cleric friend was holding, found this diary. Nothing much in it, just names, unimportant
Snitch.
information. Seems to be people that have passed on, possibly. I'm not sure. Don't really care.
Belky snitch.
This, though, is of what interests me. And I hold out the second book. This contains all the information about the other gods, including Onates, a very special god to yourself.
Get to the point.
Sorry, is that
Have
really
info-
worth stealing over?
It does when it mentions that there's other gods.
That's not new information.
It's not to you, Velki. But
Do you ever consider asking?
would you ever
Like,
consider shutting the hell up and letting me talk to you?
No! Because all you had to do was ask. And instead you've gone and... Look,
You
Shauna,
really
what you
do
did...
throw your whole trust into your church, don't you?
Barry was
You've
right.
never had a moment of concern or
Shauna,
consideration?
what you did today reflects on me more than it reflects on you. You're the one that told her that we were friends, which means that she is correct in saying that if she ever needs to find you, she's gonna find me, and I'm gonna be the one that gets in shit for it, not you. Me. Because it's my ass, my job.
Fair enough. I've put you at risk. I apologize. I think there is more here than you are letting me explain. That book interests me. Yes, it will interest you as well, Onates. Now, these letters I haven't fully gone over. Perhaps they will interest you, Velki, since it appears that they are correspondence with some person named Courage.
On a
But-
taste visibly twitches.
But from what I understand, something about experiments, I don't know. I haven't gotten all the way through it. But
Correspondence
Snatch
in
those
which-
too.
Correspondence in which direction?
I can't really say much. I didn't get that far. But it seems like experiments on the undead is what I got from it. I didn't get
I
to
meant
read
who's
them all.
sending the letters to.
They're from Courage,
They're from Courage.
Okay.
he says as he looks at them. To Barry.
I don't know who this Courage person is. The part that got to me was the experimentation part, because I was like, ooh, experimentation sounds a little naughty. But that's for you to deal with. I don't give a shit.
I'm not reading the book. What does it say about Votion?
All I got from it is that Thoshan is one of the 10 gods. Symbols of the Archer, Stars, Wanderer, mostly known for loyalty. There was a couple of tales and stories. That's all I really got from it. It seems that there's more on Shatir than there is on your god, but it is in there.
Good. Now, it's a matter of going to return them. All of them.
You can do as you please. We can
Hold on.
return them if you...
Hold on. I'm gonna
Yes.
flick through the papers a little bit, Michael. Let me look at these letters in some detail, if I may.
Sure. Flipping through with the thought of a little more information. As I said, correspondence back and forth, general inquiries, as well as discussing experiments on the undead, different methods of trial and error, some thanks for help, boasts of success. As you get like further and further down the list, There's talks of a plan that had been forcefully pushed and rushed underway due to unforeseen circumstances. And the last one in your hand talks of success despite some errors and difficulty, and says that he'll be passing through in the next few weeks and is excited to see her.
How many weeks has it been since we got here? Or how many weeks? Sorry, how many weeks has it been since we met Courage? So Haywood.
Let me check my calendar. Current day. It'd be probably about a month since you saw him.
So he's probably passed through already.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you reached Haywood on the 30th. I believe you met him on the 28th, and now it's the 18th. So it's been some time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I don't think are any of you good at transposing material?
What do you mean?
Forgeries.
Looks at Zintris.
I think we've had this discussion before.
And what was the outcome?
I don't remember.
I was about to say, you think I remember? That was a while ago.
Michael, do you remember what we determined with that?
There is a forgery kit. If you don't have that, I think you could just make a general dexterity check.
Okay.
Necessarily need to.
What's your plan?
Well, I don't know if we should give these back to her or send them to Scryer.
I would...
Here, and he lets Anastace look at them. I'll shove them in his face.
He kind of gives a look like he's looking for, even though you've just shoved them in his face, he's looking for approval before he looks at them.
Reed, help!
He kind of goes through them, and as he's going, he goes, "This is entirely up to you. This is your work. I'll defer to you on this one."
Oh, that's the most least helpful thing.
No, you didn't let me finish.
Sorry,
Please.
I'm really frazzled.
I understand. Just give me a moment. I defer to you on this. I suggest we send them back to Scryer. But I would like to have a conversation with Miss Barry. But I understand if you don't want me to do that given the recent events.
You have to tell me what the conversation is, Anastace. If anything happens to Barry, this city will be in deep shit.
Sorry, not to
She's the
interrupt.
only...
Have you seen everything I've done to protect it? I'm not going to do anything to hurt this
I
city.
just don't know if you understand that without Barry, the Blight will attack the city in moments.
I will not hurt Barry.
Uh,
I want to know more about Courage.
Okay,
What
can somebody explain to me who the hell is Courage and why it matters? It seems you guys have more information about this Courage than I do.
And I don't know if I currently trust you with that information.
Who's the one that got you the information, darling? No matter how I fucking got it. Now you have it.
I would also like to know who Barry is. I'm not really following, to be completely honest, but...
Barry's the head of the church.
Barry, not Barry, sorry. I meant Courage. Sorry, not Barry,
What are you
Courage.
doing?
I'm sorry.
What were you doing at the church?
What was I doing at the church? I wasn't doing anything at the church.
Not what I heard.
I was just looking at some books.
Courage
Throwing him on the floor.
is a cleric of Shatir. We ran into him while we were on our way to Haywood. And since then we've learned some potentially unfortunate things about him. It's him, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Belky is nodding.
Some potential. Well, that was out of care.
Yeah.
Some potentially unfortunate things about him that the more we go, the more it seems to be true. He does not seem to be a good man, and I'm afraid that Barry might be in cahoots with him from these letters. This is not information you give to someone that you don't trust.
It's true. Shauna, technically, I'm not like legally bound to not say anything, but under the church, under Scryer, she trusts me not to let this get out. So if it was something that I told you, and you too,
don't
Law.
really give a shit about it getting out or not, really, honestly. If you want me to shut the fuck up, I will. What I care about is what was in the book. I don't give a fuck about the letters.
Then why'd you ask?
Because it seems that it is important to all of you. And therefore, perhaps
So
I can
you do
help.
give a fuck.
I give a fuck about...
modicum.
You are a very difficult person to fucking work with.
He potentially knowingly slaughtered an entire town of people. There is not an action that ranks higher on my priority list.
So we do give a fuck about this fucker. That's what I'm hearing. Is that they're a bad person, and therefore...
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like
Tried
to
to frame another church as well.
potentially, yes. I would like to go talk to Barry, but again, if you wish for me to drop it for now, I will.
Depends on what you plan to say.
I don't have it transcribed yet, Velky.
You don't have a plan.
Do I ever?
Sometimes you have to go in without a plan.
I don't have a plan. I don't know how I could have a plan for this. For any of this. But we need to know more about courage, and it seems we found the main person who can tell us.
Listen, I don't know what happened before with you and this courage person, but I was exploring the church, and there was... Listen, I don't know much about the church, Velky. This is why we have to try and work together, if this is something that interests you. If not, I'll back away. But...
Ask away, Kashana. This is what I meant. All you had to do was ask in the first place, and we wouldn't be in this situation. Although the information that you've gathered is crucial to our current investigation.
I didn't know that you would...
Hair?
Listen, no. What I mean is, the impression I get from you, and I still have, is that you are dead loyal to your god and to your church. This is not me saying that's a bad thing. It's me then being cautious to not make it so that you're having to... I don't even know what to say.
So you don't know much about the church?
No.
I gather that. Do you know what our creed is?
I don't.
All we exist is to help. Kashana, that is literally what we do.
Is it really helping if you are keeping others in? If you are keeping and others from their heritage and their culture?
Okay, well, it seems I've struck a nerve with you now. I was just trying to explain what we do, so that you can understand a little bit better.
I understand your belief, and the people of Shatir's followers, whatever you want to call yourselves, belief is that we are being protected. I do not share that belief, and I can understand the sentiment and how that would make everyone feel well protected by this god. I do not feel the same.
I wasn't talking about protection, Kishon. I said the word help. I was being very specific. And if you had let me finish, I would have told you that my existence is here so that anybody who asks for it may receive it. So ask me for help, and I can help you. You absolute nitwit.
But what if that help goes against your god? That is why I cannot ask you for help. And why I did not.
Well, I can't freely offer information unless you ask for it. Because I don't even know what you want. Why?
Do you know why? Do you know what happens to my kind in this little bubble that we live in?
Shauna, I don't even know what your kind is. You've yet to tell me a shred about you, except for the fact that you're from the same place I am. Just a couple doors down.
What do you know about Kalashtas and their dreams and their culture?
Michael, what do I know about those things?
Give me a history check on that.
80-80. Can do. Sorry, I have to count. 17.
17. Things you know. They don't dream. Historically, they go to a more spiritual realm during sleep. You do know that with the barrier separating Springkeep from the outside world and other planes, that doesn't really work for them anymore. So instead, their sleep is just empty. And that it has been that way since the barrier had been erected. That's mostly what you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm aware of small things. Can't sit here and pretend I've really met any before.
Well,
Not
you've
knowingly,
met
at
me.
least. Yes. I know that you dream differently. I know that the barrier affects your dreams. In layman's terms.
What if I told you that last night I actually had a dream? For the first time
In your life.
in my whole life.
I almost wish I could be you. Because fuck if I hate nightmares. And that's all I get, so...
Do you know? You wouldn't know.
I might.
I don't.
Try me.
I don't know what this is, but I've come to the deduction that it is what made me dream. And I pull out the fucking vial of blight and put it on the floor.
Oh,
You didn't. Kashona!
Sticky fingers. But I opened it
Why?
because I don't know what it is. So I was investigating it. I did not
You
drink
did not-
it. I did not
Oh.
do anything but take a little whiff,
Oh, you're an
put it back
absolute
together.
fucking dumbass.
Donkey,
You are a donkey. Why?
what is that?
It's the blight.
Honestly, it's not even anger or annoyance. It's just dumbfounded.
How did you...
I went down into the little basement.
No, I remember Barry said she was missing a key.
I pull out the key. Oopsies.
Well,
Give that to me.
Let's put both of these things on the pile of things we're returning. And move those, and Anantes kind of kicks the letters, move those out of the pile.
What possessed you?
I was looking for information, and I went down into the basement thinking there might be something there. I didn't find anything but a stupid door I couldn't open, and these bottles, and a magical fucking closet. Do you know that the closet could get deeper and then shorter? I couldn't figure it out.
What made you think that taking the bottle and then opening it would give you information?
I didn't know what it was. I wanted to see what it was.
It doesn't exactly look friendly.
No, but I don't know what it is.
Well, now you do. And honestly, if snorting blight gives you dreams, then I would rather you never dreamt again. Because surely you don't want that in your body. Because I don't want to be peeling it out of you after you die, okay?
You're all so damn dramatic. Listen, I'm fine. I opened it for a minute. That is all. It won't open again.
Because we're returning it.
Shauna, I don't mean to be dramatic. Unfortunately, I've seen what this shit does firsthand, and what you pulled out of that magic closet of yours is really just not great to have. It is, in essence, the thing that terrorizes every living being in this world.
Do you not
And
care
I know
about
that
the
you don't
outside
know.
world at all? If this is what is outside our fucking bubble, then what else is out
It's
there?
inside our bubble, Kashorna. This is from inside the bubble. I don't know what's outside, but I do know that in Haywood it was broken, and I need to find out why, and where, and who. And you
Well,
just took this from the church.
We
You know
know
what?
the who.
I did what I did.
What?
I can't change my damn fucking decisions. It got you whatever information you apparently wanted or didn't want or whatever. You're fucking welcome.
I'm sorry.
Zen lore, is there anything you want to do in this moment?
Valky,
How do we keep finding more thieves than the actual thief?
I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
What would have you ever actually seen anybody touch it, or like do you actually know what happens if somebody were to actually come in contact with the blight? 'Cause I didn't even know that you could have a physical bottle of the stuff, and quite frankly,
Presumably death.
I want to know.
Michael, do I know?
Make a religion check on that.
Okay. 18.
18. Generally speaking, the blight doesn't do too much to the people it's not consuming. You transport bodies and stuff at different intervals. While all of you were burying the bodies in Haywood, there is slight possibilities that you may have touched blight before. Maybe a slight burning sensation, but you won't just like keel over instantly.
Mm-hmm. This is mostly transmitted like through the demon blight itself. When it's outside of the body, it's essentially dangerous, but not entirely.
The ritual you do is to cleanse the body of the blight, to then give them a proper burial or cremation, so that their body isn't just consumed along with their soul.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you don't drink it.
There is no record of anyone drinking it.
Can I touch
That does mean, however, that there's no record of someone drinking it and dying.
Yeah. See, Law, I can't rightfully let you touch it after I just gave Kashorna an absolute. You know.
Okay. Consider. Turn around for 30 seconds.
He looks directly at Law. Like he's in the office, if you will.
Laura takes a step towards it. Like a cat, though, where it's like really slow.
Okay, perhaps.
I'm not gonna drink it, don't worry. I want to see.
Perhaps we don't touch the evil ichor, and instead we move on to what has to be done next.
Hold on, Anatace. You want to know what happens?
I do.
Well, I'm not letting you touch it. And Velky will, he'll stick his finger in it for lore.
No!
Okay.
No!
Why?
Becky.
Watch.
I just.
Look at it. Michael, what happens?
Give me a strength saving throw.
Okay. Ah, I just threw my dice in the absolute wrong direction. Nat 20
Oh wow.
plus 3. So 23.
Wow. So you stick your finger in and pull it up, and there's like there's some blight on the end of your finger, and it seems to be like steaming a little, and like it burns at the touch, but like you're mostly fine. Your
Yeah,
skin might be
see,
a little irritated afterwards.
I've been attacked by these before.
Yeah, that was quite rude.
Fucking hurts.
Yeah, it looks like it hurts. That doesn't mean it wasn't rude.
What wasn't rude?
I wanted to do that.
No, I don't want you to get hurt.
I'm sorry you were attacked by it, but my experiences with the blight, it's not that bad.
Enlighten me. Holds his arms across his chest.
I don't have an exact explanation for that. Just to me, and my experience has worked out in my favor. I'm not saying it's not dangerous, because it was very much dangerous in that situation also, but I just mean... You know what? I don't actually know what I mean, Valky. I'm sorry, I spoke. I won't talk anymore. Okay? Does that make you happy? Can I please
No.
touch it?
What? You know what? Whatever.
Just,
Do
I
whatever
don't...
you
I
want. Do whatever you want, Law. And
I-
Velky's gonna take his letters and he's gonna walk out.
Politics follows him.
No. You stay. Make sure that he doesn't hurt himself.
We need to go to the church anyway.
Ugh, I'm not gonna touch it.
Touch it, Law. I want to see what happens. Go ahead.
But you're leaving!
Yeah, the moment has passed.
I'm in the doorway. I'm in the doorway.
Well, now I'm in trouble, and I don't want to be. I'm trying very, very hard to get on your good side, Valky. I really, really am, okay?
You were never on my bad side, Law.
That's reserved.
Not one time.
Hard to tell.
Why? Why is it hard to tell?
I don't know. You seem mad at a lot of people all the time. Not me particularly, but everybody else. And so I don't want to fight with you. And the irony of the situation is I'm fighting with you right now. Now, aren't I?
I don't consider this a fight. I consider it a conversation.
Well, good. It's a conversation. Don't know how to explain myself in lots of things. Explain things in general sometimes, alright? All I know is the best way to figure things out is usually by test, and that's why I wanted to touch it.
Touch it?
Oh,
Okay.
I feel like you'll be mad at me if I do touch it though.
I just wanted to show you what it did.
I know, and I knew that. I do know that's what happens. I'm not going in blind.
Why'd you ask what happens if...
No, I didn't mean. I didn't mean like I literally know what it does. I mean, I know that it does bad things. Literal.
Okay. Sorry that I'm such an ass.
No, you're not.
You stuff these letters in his pocket. Bag. Gonna wilt his way out of the room for real.
On a base will gather up everything that has to go to the church and also
Am I still-
leave the room.
Am I still holding on to the old book?
I
believe
snatched
so.
that, but if you want it back,
Oh.
you can have it back.
I do want it back.
Okay, you can have it back.
Thank you very much.
It has to be returned. You said we would return it all.
You really want to give up this information, though. Could be useful.
Shauna,
Onates.
we had a deal.
Yes.
You said
You're
you
not
could-
giving back the letters. I think it's only fair that I keep a little bit for myself.
You said you keep your promises. Give me the book.
I gave you a book. I think it's fair trade, you know? Like, one thing comes back, one thing's going somewhere else, this one stays with me.
This one doesn't have anything to do with genocide. Now give me the book.
Onates,
Yes.
please. This could carry more information in the future. We just don't know it yet. Come on, darling.
Give me the book.
No.
We had a deal.
We did.
You said you keep your promises. I gave you your time with the book. Now give it to me.
I can't do that. Not yet. I will give it back.
You have to give it back now. Especially if we're going to get information about courage.
Listen, you could already get information about your courage without this.
Barry probably already knows it's gone.
Fine. I toss it at him.
Grab it, take all the stuff, walk out.
I just
Probably-
yell out at him as he's leaving. Couldn't be any further up his own ass, could you?
Probably speed walk a bit, catch up with wherever the fuck Velky went. I suppose he's not that far gone by
To
now.
mope.
Catch up with him. Fancy a
Velky, are
trip
you...
to the...
Oh.
Oh,
No. Hello.
I
Who
just assumed I
speaks?
found him.
Velky, are you beeline it back to the church?
No, I'm gonna go shove my face into Applebee's main.
Ah, fair. Yep.
I'll,
I'm moping.
I'll kind of walk up to him. How are you doing?
Awful. Dreadful.
Can I help?
Why am I such a dick?
You're not.
I'm pretty sure I'm an ass. They called Kishana a donkey, and really it's just me, I'm the donkey.
You are more guarded than the rest of us all. And you have reasons to be. Especially considering what happened today. And that might affect how you interact with people. But I don't think you're an ass.
I know I am one, it's alright. I just wish I wasn't.
Well, perhaps you can work on it then.
It's like, I don't understand why this keeps happening.
Why what keeps happening?
Why everybody's always so... Is it me? Am I making everybody upset?
No, of course not. Why do you think you're making everybody upset?
Well, every time I open my mouth, everybody gets upset, so... Like, I can't believe Laura actually said that he would just stop talking because it would make me feel better. That's not what I want.
Anate's kind of the backpack he totally carries. Will shove the stuff that needs to go back inside of it, and kind of pull Velky into a semi-forceful hug.
The worst.
You're not. The
Should I leave? Is it, it must be my fault.
Nobody wants you to leave. Thought I made that clear earlier.
Yeah. But now this has happened and it keeps getting worse.
Ever since
Before I
we-
left home, I
No, go ahead.
had a really good friend. And before I left, we got into a fight as well, and it's my fault because I'm really bad at listening to people. So if Laura and Kishona and Zintras, if they don't like me, I'm okay with it. But like, I can't fight. Be better. So people didn't have to not like me.
When you first met me,
Called you an ass right to your face.
and you were right.
Yeah, no. Didn't mean it was a good thing to say.
Now, let me continue.
Hmm.
When you first met me, I was an ass. I cared more about my own perverted sense of justice than actually listening to any of you. If none of you came with me to find Delphi, I would have found him myself. Eventually. Or kept looking until I did. None of you mattered. You were just helping me get to my goal. I can't say that now. You all matter. You, Zintras, Lore, and even Kashana. My point is, people change when they're around people worth changing for.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, there's no point. Well, we can sit here, and you can cry about how much of a jerk you are.
Going pretty
Or,
well before you came. I was having a great cry.
I'm not going to stop you. You can keep crying. But perhaps you can work on being better. The way I've tried to be better. I mean, I'm here to help. I'm not going anywhere. At least not without you.
Probably go talk to Barry.
Do you want to come with me? Make sure I don't say the wrong thing. I tend to do that.
I'm just afraid that if I go with you, that she'd be less likely to answer.
Why do you think that?
Because I can directly incriminate her.
And I can't.
Scryer trusts me, from what I can tell at least. If it comes directly from the mouth of a cleric, that something is wrong with the church, or at the very least that an individual is acting incorrectly, then it has more weight than if it comes from somebody else.
And I'm hearing reasons you should come with me.
But she won't talk. Like if I'm there.
You make it sound. Sorry, your reasoning and what you're saying seem completely different to me. Your authority will give her no reason but to talk. She can hide things from me. Who am I?
A terrifying, large beast of a man? I would be scared of you. Yeah, no, that's not true. You're like a kitten.
Like a kitten.
Mhm.
I'll remember that.
Maybe everybody should come.
Maybe they should. Are you going to be fine with everybody?
Well, I'm nothing if not really good at pretending like I'm okay. So
I don't want you to be pretending.
I could pretend for 5 minutes on a taste. We can all talk about it later together.
As long as you're going to work on actually being okay.
On the great words of Kashona and Laura, we'll see.
I'll kind of give him like a smirk and kind of ruffle his hair a little bit. And a not like he doesn't like make it go all over the place, just like a little bit.
Well, while the Blue Man group is doing that outside, how are Zin, Kashana, and Lore doing?
I'm assuming we're all in the room still?
Yeah.
Or just sits on the bed. He deflates. He does not feel good about how that situation was handled.
No offense, Zin, but you're the only one here that's actually spent enough time with those two idiots to know what the fuck is going on and what the hell we are supposed to do about it.
Well, our first mission as a group, we came across a town that was completely destroyed. This Courage fellow needs to go.
And this Courage fellow is part of the church? No offense, you're two idiots. These... Sorry, I'm getting frustrated.
They're not very great at keeping everyone in the loop.
Is the thing. Some of us would like to know what the fuck happened and how the hell we are supposed to deal with it.
For what it's worth, Kashana, I would also like to know what you did, because apparently now I'm an accomplice to something I thought.
Yes, darling. Let me, I'll fill you in. So, I went back to the church, broke into the church, I lit a firecracker. They're really powerful. Please be careful. You will burn yourself. And got some information. Also, maybe have pissed off a cleric or two.
You know, there are much better tools than a firecracker.
I had
the
one
worst
bad decision. One bad decision.
It's good to know
next
there
time
were.
you might want to ask me for help.
Well,
I'm just glad
not.
the fireworks work.
At least now we know the fireworks work, don't we, Law?
Yeah.
But listen, Zin, I can't really talk to your other two mates because they don't really open their fucking ears. So let me say this again. You guys aren't very forthcoming yourselves. You're not easy to talk to. And you're not easy to pull into things when I don't know you. I don't know where you align. And when we do try to talk to you, we're shut down. Sorry, Lo, I'm putting we, but I should just say I.
No, I agree with you, because I'm in, I think, the same boat as you. Be on.
To be quite honest, we don't really know what we're doing. We're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants.
Mm.
And I understand that I kind of put myself in here. But that's only because Oedicus showed me the signs. And now I'm starting to wonder if it was a fucking mistake.
Well, that remains to be seen. Like, courage was not our primary goal until very recently. Right now, we're just trying to find some answers ourselves. Things just kind of... we deal with them as they come up.
So then what's your stance, Zin? Personally, I don't think we give anything back to bury the fucking cleric over in the fucking church. I think it's a mistake.
It does seem like Barry might have some connection we might not want to let the people know that we know about. That could make things a bit harder for us in tracking down courage or even exposing whatever corruption there is.
Well, where do we go forward? Like, we have to talk to Valky then. I think we all have to get it all out on the table. No more secrets, Kashana.
I've pretty much shown my hand.
I know this. I know this per se. I mean, yeah, you did say a lot. I think we need to reconvene and get all back onto the same page. I don't know if we were ever on the same page, but we need to get there.
Agreed.
Not even sure they're on the same page as everyone else. One minute we're dealing with Voidwalkers, next we're talking about courage again. I'm sure by the time we get to Arden Path, we're going to be on to something else.
Yeah, our adventure kind of seems a little bit willy-nilly. The last I heard, we were going to a puddle, and then we also stopped with the Voidwalkers, and we're doing so many things. So I'm not surprised. Nobody seems to be able to, like, keep a straight line. I just think we need to get there. Like I said earlier, we just need to get on the same page, or a similar page. Same book. We need to get in the same book. Is that enough? Is that enough to ask?
I think we also need to agree that we all have ulterior motives here. We all have a reason to be in this group, to travel together. Some of us bigger than others, yes, but we all have our reasons to band together, travel. And therefore, sometimes our goals will not align. But perhaps a little more... How should I put it? A little more consideration for one another. I did not consider Velky's feelings with my own doings, and I do feel bad about it, mostly after he shared his trauma and pain.
Yeah, I think going forward, I think one of our main concerns, because I know I'm not. I'm not exactly this as well. I think at this moment, Onates is the only one who's doing this, but I think we all need to consider Valky's feelings a bit better. But I'm not free from this. I know I have fucked up too. I know he was mad at me last night, and I gave him a stolen book. So, I mean, it was for him. I'm not sure that he loves the fact that it was stolen.
So what is it with you two and books?
Information, darling. You
Research
can
his
learn a
habits.
lot.
Ripping books, stealing books, throwing books to the ground.
I will say, you didn't steal it. Like, it was on record of being borrowed.
Mm-hmm.
It was never going to be given back.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
He literally gives it away, like, it's not coming back.
Yeah, but, like, officially, it's lent out.
Yeah, but Valky found out that it was technically, air quotations, stolen, so I mean...
Like, I think we had the direct question of, do you ever plan to give it back?
I mean, you can always have
Anyway.
waited and seen what the half elf did. Yeah, sorry for the interruption. I just wanted to clarify that you did not explicitly steal the book. He handed them to you.
My point is, I think we all have to think about not necessarily Valky as a person, but just each other's feelings going forward. And how sometimes our actions are hurtful. I will not stop stealing books, for the record, but Valky doesn't need to know that. Interest, don't tell him.
My lips are sealed.
Thank you. Now, should we go probably find the other two?
Yeah, probably. Velky doesn't tend to go too far.
No.
Okay, you exit the Stout Cougar, and I think that's probably at the point where you see Onates like ruffling Velky's hair.
Oh, great! They come up to that.
Yeah, we're not keeping that hidden.
Okay.
Fair.
Donatello will just kind of look at everybody. Well, hello.
Hulky will look directly at the floor.
We were just talking about going to speak with Barry. And deciding that everybody should come.
Yes, well, I think
Do you
they
want
do
us to
have
come?
things they want to say first.
I want you to come, yes. We're a team.
Dear.
I'm really sorry, Valky.
Oh, well.
I have things to say. Just you could go first if you want, but I have things
No,
to say.
I was saying, this interest that you had something to say. You were just going to go ahead.
Valky, I'm really sorry. We briefly talked, and I am sorry, I'm going to speak for everyone. Hopefully that's alright with you too, but we didn't consider your feelings, and I'm very sorry. We feel like we should be getting on the same page a bit better, and I think that we just need to communicate a bit better, and so I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too.
Is Doki still looking at the floor?
Bitch, maybe.
If he is, Onates gives him a little elbow.
No. He looks up and he looks at the floor.
He's got his weasel smile, but it's all shaky. I
Onates,
am very sorry.
sorry.
I misspoke. And I'm very sorry.
You're right. It's not really misspeaking if you're telling the truth, is it?
I did say earlier I don't want to lie to you, and that stays the same. I don't want to lie to you. And I don't plan on lying to you anymore. Not that I lied to you before. I don't plan on doing it. I tried really hard not to lie in general. I mean, obviously, everybody lies, but it doesn't matter.
Speaking of lying, I bought the book.
We bought all the books.
You don't have to worry about them.
I was gonna return 2 of them.
It's fine. You can do with them what you wish.
He said he's going to buy more books. And I think that means that when we come back through, we can look together. Right? That's okay, right?
I was definitely going to return one of the books. Only one of them is not good.
Oh, don't worry about it.
I'd like to go with you next.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
Sorry about all of this.
No, you shouldn't be sorry. It's really not your fault. You're not the one in the wrong here.
Still, I'm not always listening, and I'm not always the best at talking. I didn't really talk to many people. So, apparently I'm either too overly friendly or too upset. There's really no in between, and I don't know how to make it better.
Doing what you're doing now is a good start.
I think I have the similar problem as you. Ooh, that wasn't a sentence. I have a very hard time articulating words, and I have a nasty habit, of just saying what is ever on my mind at any given moment. So, you are definitely not rude, and you're definitely not an ass or anything. I think we just need to work it out, per se. Everybody, not just me.
Valky looks at everybody. One at a time, obviously. He doesn't have 6 eyes. He can't look at all of them.
He has 5 less than that.
Right.
Never say that again. That's so cryptic.
Honestly, so kind of.
He only has 1.
I know it is, but that's the worst way to say that.
Sorry, Anastasia, continue.
Sorry.
Montes will kind of chuckle. His usual demeanor kind of returned to him. He'll kind of push Velky towards the rest of the group. It kind of stretches.
Little resistance met.
Kind of stretches big rock arms out and grab whoever he can in big group hug.
That is the noise that comes from within the group hug.
Or
Affection. Actually, he just settles in pretty quickly. He stops screaming and he is just comforted. Like a little cocoon.
Big group hug.
Big group hug. Oh, Tace will eventually let them all go once he decides they've had enough hug. Kind of. Now, we have some business to settle, and then we should get out of town. I, more than ever, want to get to my birthplace. I have some questions.
Just for effect, on a taste, when you pull away, Velky is still strapped to Lore because he's close.
Okay. I have some questions for whatever it is I'm going to be talking to. the stars, ocean. Perhaps those are the same thing.
Oh,
See,
there's
this
only
is
one
what
way
I
to
mean
find out.
This is exactly what I mean about asking for help on a taste. I might be able to help with that.
Do you know something about it?
I can find something about it.
Well, I think that
Did you
book
forget how close I am to Wilhelm's?
fair.
I mean, if there's a book in the library, I'm sure he'd be willing to send it to me. Maybe.
I did read a bit about it at the library in Arton. There wasn't much information.
Krona. I'm talking about Krona.
That's yes, okay.
That's
Well,
where the church is.
while books are good, I think getting the information straight from the source is good too.
If it works.
I'm
Then again, there's no guarantee that Wilhelm's would actually send me a book.
I'm hoping it works. They've talked when I've asked before. In their own special way.
Is that what happened when we found you passed out in the middle of the,
Yes.
the one that I definitely did not push you. You were like that when I came out.
They gave me a vision, and I still don't understand it. But I'm hoping I can get another vision like that, but more clear, being there instead of Autumn Path. Anyway, that's for later. It's a long journey before we get there. Now we have a gnome. Barry's a gnome, right?
Barry is a tiefling. She's a red tiefling with green hair.
Why the fuck do I think Barry was a gnome? Okay.
No fucking idea.
For now, we have another tiefling to go talk to. Are we all on the same page?
Oh my god, Courage is a tiefling too.
Yeah, that's... Isn't Courage
He
also
holds his head.
Wait, isn't
Yeah,
Courage
he
also
is.
red?
He is, yeah. He's also red.
Hey, Michael.
I would like to say that I do random generators for my NPCs.
Okay, you're allowed to say that, but in character, can Onates run a quick idea? In his head, run a little matching game with Courage and Barry. Do they look, other than both being red tieflings, do they share similarities?
Are you asking if they're siblings or related?
I am asking if they're related.
You can give me an intelligence check to see how much you remember what Courage looks like from the passing conversation.
Well, that image is burned into my head. But I will make the roll. It's decent. My intelligence isn't great. 16?
I mean, they don't really look all that similar.
Okay, cool. Just quick theory. Anyway, yeah, I want to say something like, are we all on the same page?
At least the same chapter.
Better than nothing. Look at Kashana. You've been quiet.
Have I?
Pretty sure you haven't said a word since you got outside, actually.
I'm fine with whatever you guys want to do.
Onates, can I see the book for a minute?
I was actually just about to do something with that. Sure. They'll kind of pull it out and give it to Velky.
No, Michael, this book, the one that Kashana really wants.
Mhm.
What is it exactly? Because I was paying attention, but there was 5 things in this bag. So, which one is this one?
Information on the gods.
Yeah, information on the Pantheon of Gods.
Is it handwritten? Does it look? Sorry, I know everything is handwritten. Is it a mass-produced book, or is this something that you can't find anywhere else?
It's kind of hard to tell that with the age.
Would I know as a cleric? Have I read this book before?
Yeah, would he know if there's one at his...
You have not read this book before. all media in pertain to the gods does not talk much about the other ones, and always places Shatir above the rest.
Right. So this actually has information completely new to me in it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
There might have been in passing the names of others, maybe. At
Yeah,
the very
I
least,
remember you said I would recognize the name Ocean, so.
yeah, like there's names passing. The fact that they exist, it's just very clearly the way this book talks about all of them is very different from what you have studied.
Cool. This book is a heresy.
In a way, yes.
Why does also then character? Why would Barry have something like this, actually?
Your guess is as good as mine.
What did you want with it, Valentine?
What did I want with it?
You said you were going to do something with it.
Well, mind if I show you? Hold his hand out.
Sure. Drops it in his hand.
Oi, catch! Flicks it at Kashana.
Tried to catch it.
Make a dex check.
Oh fuck, I'm bad at those.
It's actually kind of what I was thinking.
And it hits her in the grapevine thing. So
Is it just a dex check or do you want a saving throw?
No, it's just a check to see if you catch it. A saving throw would be if it like was about
12.
to kill you. 12. You stumble a little bit where you kind of do the half juggle, and then you just about catch it but fail.
Oh, it's like
Fuck.
It's like earlier Talon threw our red sticks at me, and I got them in my one hand, and then like spun around with them 360 and basically dunked them on the floor.
What actually happens that makes you fail is you kind of actually get a bit of a rhythm going and try to push it a little too far.
Fuck off.
That's what I do all the time. I'm like, oh, now I'm getting good at this, and then I piss.
Anatace will kind of grin at her. Well, I hope you take better care of it than that.
Well, I meant to do that. It was just to make sure that it wasn't a joke. And I pick it up.
It's not a joke. You hold on to it. Like you said, information that could help us, right?
Yes. Thank
Right.
you.
This may be the only time that I turn the other cheek, by the way, in regards to my church.
Well, thanks.
Mostly because if what we believe is true, these letters are correct, then something has to be done.
Speaking
So
hope you can-
I'm
I hope you
trusting
can
you.
understand my stance, and I understand yours. That's why I didn't say anything.
I understand why you did what you did. There are reasons I let you take it in the first place. And not just because it pertains to information about me.
Though he did admit that the reason he did it was quite selfish.
It was. Well, we're putting things on the table. We should walk while we do this.
Yes.
Start walking. I don't know who I am. And before you make a cheeky remark, any of you, yes, I know my name. I don't.
You've only bludgeoned it like 20 times.
5 months ago,
More than that.
I woke up leaning against a tree in front of I call it a puddle, but it's really more of like a pond. It's a bigger body of water than I give it credit for. I woke up in front of this pond with this, and he holds up his stone tablet that he casts his spells from. And the words in my head to lead. And I just started walking. I knew my name, I knew basic things, I can function, but I don't know where I came from other than just waking up. I have no memory of parents, of growing up even. And I'm not thick enough to think people just become like this. That information, if it exists at all, is held by the stars. And if the stars are tied devotion like I think they might be, then I did need that information. If I'm going to become king, like I want, I need to know who I am first. I can't expect people to know who their king is if their king doesn't know who their king is. Sorry, I hate to break the immersion. Mel?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're staticking there.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
I'm sorry.
awkward. Sorry. I can't hear it, so thanks. Yeah, so sorry. Yeah. I can't expect people to know who their king is if their king doesn't know who their king is.
Well, I would say that we go find out who you are, Rock Boy.
That's the intent. First, let's get this over with. And to the church!
Now,
Oh?
should we discuss what the plan is?
Oh, yes, you haven't been with us very long.
Am I still staticky?
No, you're good.
No, you're good.
Okay,
Yeah, it's good
cool,
now.
thanks.
Yes,
It was only
sorry.
whenever Rose spoke.
Yeah, it
Well,
was
that's
weird.
annoying.
Whenever I spoke, it was... Yeah, it was... I was like, okay. Yes, you haven't been with us very long. Plans aren't my strong suit.
Well,
Donkey
thankfully, they
And then
can be mine if I'm smart enough and have a good group of people to help.
In that
Shauna,
I
you
come-
just said that plans didn't matter like 5 minutes
Yeah.
ago.
Listen,
Yeah.
I can change my goddamn mind once in a while.
Also, I mean, I do come up with plans. I just tend to fail to share them.
I would just rather know if we're going in being like, hey, Barry, here's your stuff back, and how we're explaining that.
No, I think you should wait outside.
Yes, maybe you should wait outside. Sorry.
That's fair, that's fair.
But
I need you to hold on to everything that we're not gonna get back. But you are giving me
Right.
that blight.
I
Maybe
have
just
Why?
keep it a little.
I
Just
have
a little.
I have everything we intend to return. Yes. Kashan will stay outside with what we don't intend to return. I'm not going to hurt Barry. Because if something happens to Barry, this town has no protection. And I'm not going to see another town destroyed by blight. Especially not this one.
Mel, you're doing it again.
That's really
I don't know
weird.
what you guys want from me.
No, we don't want anything from you. It's just really weird.
Yeah, it's weird. We're not like saurians.
That's not what I meant. I mean, like, I don't know what to do about it, because if I can't be unmuted, I can't speak.
That's
Nothing
fair.
seems to happen while you're speaking. And when you
Yeah,
speak
it's
and
only
we speak,
everyone else's.
yeah, like even if you're speaking while someone else is speaking, nothing. It's really strange.
Yeah. I don't want to hurt her. I just want her to tell us about courage. I have some ways to get that information without harming her, hopefully. If I have to, I have a little trick that I did on Edwin's brother. Actually, Barry tried to do it on you, Kashana.
Oh, I know. Very good attempt on their part, truly.
But for the most part, I just want to have a chat. As we probably get to in front of the church. I assume it's not that far of a walk.
No, it's not a very far walk at all.
I do have to express that I am very curious about what else is in the basement, but I will let it go.
I can let you know afterwards if you'd like.
I would like to know, that's for sure. So perhaps we can talk about it later.
I can tell you what happened, yes.
But if Shauna's staying out here, who's coming in with us? And what do you plan on doing if it doesn't work out in your favor on a taste?
I'm hoping that result doesn't happen. And like I said, I'm not.
Really?
Sorry, that sounds dangerous. I'm not. If it doesn't work out and we can't get information out of her, then we leave. We find another way to go about it.
Sure that I should come with you, because I don't know. I feel like if I'm afraid that
You
I'm just
really
afraid.
think do you really think she'd be more likely to talk to me without you?
I don't know. I don't know. But if I'm scared that if she knows another, I don't know.
If you don't want to be
It's
empty,
fine.
you don't have to.
I just don't know what would be the best option. That's one of the reasons I was hoping everybody else would come, so that we could, I don't know, give me an answer.
I'll come, even though I'm pretty sure Barry is not very impressed with me. I
That
would like to
sounds
see the
actually
story.
like a bad idea to me.
No. Or you could disguise yourself. Frankly, I'm surprised that you didn't disguise yourself when you started causing a havoc in the church in the first place.
I didn't know we were gonna cause havoc. I just went there to go. I don't know. I was just following Kashana, and then bang, another tiefling. I was actually just visiting. And then that's when craziness happened. Yeah, I can disguise myself.
My bad.
You
My
will.
bad.
No, Kashana, you're okay. That was not a shot at you. I just meant I was unprepared.
I mean, honestly,
We all know what
Shauna,
happens when I'm
you should have seen
unprepared.
him. You should have seen him go. You know, actually, maybe we should talk about that later. But no, you should tell her about the time when you were gonna break in. Wait, okay. Law doesn't like to do things that are illegal.
No, I
Yeah,
don't.
But it was good.
I
Law,
just like to
I
be
don't know.
prepared.
When we met, he'd changed into just about anything for any reason, which is why I'm surprised.
Yeah, we have
That's
done
all.
less illegal things since leaving the other town, so it hasn't been as important. I didn't know we were doing illegal stuff here too. My
What I'm
bad.
saying, whatever makes you comfortable. If you like to change, you can.
No, I can.
What do you change into?
Mm, I'll just go with my de facto criminal alibi.
The hard orc.
The hard orc. Yeah.
Okay, hot orc it is. And with that, as you prepare to go inside, we're going to take a break.
Woot woot.
Probably.
All right.
Where's
I imagine Zin's with you, right? Zin didn't fuck
Well, I
off
mean, like,
somewhere.
is Ventress going to be joining inside, or is he staying with Kashana? What's the game plan with all of the pieces?
Where will Zin be most helpful?
Everywhere. He's Ventress. He's genuinely one of the most helpful people in the fucking group. Because he can lock it.
Lockpick
You're one of
and
the
Misty
only
Step.
helpful people.
Kashana can also Misty Step.
Yeah, I can. I have one more spell slot for it.
Well, as whoever is going in enters, one person exits the building. As you get in, it looks like the service has recently ended, and the last two stragglers have.
Who is that
finally
one
just left.
person, Michael?
Who is that one person? It's Courage. No.
I was like, he's gonna just tie it. Well, who is it?
It
He
is.
specifically said one person. Who is it?
It is just a person. Imagine what you
unfortunate.
will. It's just the last one seemed to leaving after services ended. You see Barry standing at the podium, just kind of
The days.
Hmm?
The days.
sure. I don't know anything about stuff.
Okay,
Don't worry about it.
really quickly,
Yeah.
just because we seem to go back and forth, it's me, Zintris, Lore
Velky
Velky,
is behind you.
Well,
and Lore stayed outside.
obviously,
No, Laura's coming in.
Oh no, Lore's hot orc. Yeah.
I don't want to like preemptively be like, okay, what's happening, but I did ask a few days ago if this was going to turn into a fight, so I did prepare.
Michael, this isn't going to turn into a fight.
Nope, but that's
don't-
fair. At least you now have a
At least
visual.
not on
You
our
can
end.
have a visual.
Yes. Okay. 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 Okay.
Okay.
Are you sure?
All right.
No, I'm never sure. Never sure.
To
Day in
note,
my life.
to note, bottom down here is the entrance. There's some windows. You have the pews, the altar for Shatir at the
I
end,
guess I should put
and
my-
then the two doors on the sides. You're saying it's not going to turn into a fight. I know, but I want to be safe.
No, this is fair.
As I said, it's not going to be us who turns it into
I
a
also
fight.
spent like an hour working on this one
Sorry,
today,
man.
so I wanted you
I'm
to
proud
see
of
it.
Person there.
I think it's nice. This is the first time that we've seen the inside of a church. I like it.
At least most of it.
Mhm.
Visuals
public.
are always nice.
Laura's also there. It's not letting me put my token in.
Oh,
You're
that's right. I
dragging
can
by
do
the
it.
name?
I am.
Okay, because sometimes when I don't drag it by the name, I fuck myself over.
There, you should be able to.
There we go. I figured it out. It just wasn't working. Thinky.
So yeah, everyone is left. It is just Barry finishing up the last of her, like getting stuff together as you walk in.
Okay. Kind of walk in. Barry.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Are you free?
Looks like it now.
Good. I'd like to, well, me and my friends would like to have a conversation.
Sure, by all means.
You might want to do this in your office.
Okay. Yeah, Mel, it's doing it again.
Dang it. Okay.
Sure, we can go into my office. It's still a bit of a mess.
That's fine. I immediately tell Michael to take his map and shove it.
No, that's fair.
I like the map. I unplugged it. We'll see if it works.
Okay, thank you for liking my
Yeah.
map. We'll see
It's
how
a good
it
map.
goes.
It's a good map.
I can use it
Okay.
again because it's probably a pretty copy and paste design between the small cities.
Yeah. Okay. So go into the office.
Okay. It is cleaned up for the most part from what she and Velky had done earlier, though can tell it is still in a bit of disarray and a explosion in the corner.
Yes. Well. Okay. So, I have a couple of questions for you.
All right.
I'm hoping you answer them easily.
Well, ask
I wonder-
away.
I'm wondering what you can tell me about one of your fellow clerics.
Do you have a
Uh,
name?
It's not me.
It's not Velky. By the name, and he gives Barry a look like, I know you know, before he says anything, and he goes by the name Courage.
She kind of just looks past you a little bit for a moment. Well, Courage and I go back a number of years.
Yes.
Joined the church at the same time. Ended up working in different cities. Kept in touch now and then. Probably one of my oldest friends, aside from Scrya and a few others. Is there anything in particular you wish to know about him?
Yes, actually. Recent undertakings. Still kind of giving him that I know you know look. Very pointed look.
I'm afraid of what is much recent. I'm not really one to discuss.
I kind of look at Voki. Should I just drop the pretenses?
You speaking with pretenses?
Well, I was trying to fluff it up a bit. Should I just be blunt?
Perhaps. Yes, perhaps.
Yeah, okay. I'd like to know about Courage's misdeeds in Haywood.
Oh. I mean, I've received word from Krona about the situation and him being wanted, if you already know about that, I imagine.
Sorry. I believe you misspoke there. You said you received word from Krona.
Correct.
That's an awful mispronunciation of Courage.
She just kind of looks very confused and goes into her desk and pulls out a notice that Kashana had seen the other day. I received word from Krona
She try to annotate the message from Crota.
that he is now wanted by the church, but not to really let that get out at the moment.
Yeah, sorry. I don't have a desk to reach into, but Velky, can I have the thing?
Sure.
He kind of take the letter. Objection. Yeah, he'll actually do the like paper slap with the letters. And he'll kind of walk towards her. I know we're not on this map anymore, but kind of walk towards her. Now, do you know what these are?
They appear to be the letters that I had from Courage that were stolen, apparently, by someone that your friend tried to stop.
Yes. So would you? And I did stop them. Per se, I'm in possession of them now. Would you like to change your story at all? Because these letters are very incriminating.
I would love to know what about them is incriminating.
Well, you see, somebody who's performing experiments, murders. Again, let's drop the formalities. Actual genocide. Somebody who's doing stuff like that doesn't usually send it in letters to just any old person.
No, I do believe you'll see that none of those letters mention a genocide.
They mention experiments. What kind of
Sure.
experiments?
Uh, well, experiments on the undead. Courage has always had a bit of a fascination with necromancy, and while frowned upon, is not exactly illegal.
I look to Vilki for like a thumbs up or a thumbs down, if that's true.
Technically, as a grave cleric, I cannot speak for necromancy, though I do use necromantic magic on occasion. It depends on I would assume, the reasons and...
The context, which
Yes.
there is many context. He's an old friend. I would not assume he's going out murdering people to perform necromantic magic. So we discussed.
Oh, she's getting a fat insight check.
Sure.
Don't lie to me, lady. Ooh, that's a good one, too. That's a good one. 20 what?
21.
20 what?
You hear truth within her words, though definitely not entirely. It's one of those situations where it's half truths and weaving lies within them.
Okay. So
At the very least, what you
Go
have
ahead.
what you have seen, I have already brought forward to the church. I can assure you, and I can assure you, Velki, that, and give me a second to get to my names. So Reno, the head of the church for Donmark, has a copy of everything you have seen. I don't
Okay.
believe there is anything I need to do here to prove myself to any of you.
Well, perhaps, if I may, very... I understand how upsetting this must be. However, in one of the letters, and I admit that I did read through them, it said that Courage was coming to visit you.
Yes, he did a while ago.
How long?
Few weeks.
So, a man wanted by the church.
Annotates. It wasn't out yet, keep that in mind. It depends on the timeline.
Yes, he came through. We had a nice visit. It was great to see an old friend again. He passed on down towards Arton. After that, I received word, gave my information.
No,
Not
I
like I
imagine
can exactly do anything about it.
you did tell them that you visited with him in person, correct?
Of course. And as far as I'm aware, someone will be coming soon to discuss that with me. Or they'll be saying someone to be a replacement for me to go back to Krona. I'm not sure.
Continue, Annotates.
Kind of. So it wasn't out yet. But knowing what you know, you thought it was prudent to just let him be on his way.
I don't see any reason why I should have kept him here.
I'm gonna pull out the letters. Does it go into detail about this experiment?
Oh,
Not all
sure.
of them. I need some of those.
Oh,
Sorry?
sure. There's discussion back and forth on particular experiments, results thereof.
Do any of these sound immediately super sketch?
Uh, Concerning what you remember of some of the undead in the basement, familiar results being listed. Definitely doesn't seem like the greatest thing, but as was said, necromancy, while frowned upon, isn't fully illegal. It is within context, and this does not go into detail on where bodies come from.
Okay, but like context, but also common sense, Barry, Jesus. You know, I'm reading through these, and having seen what I've seen, keep in mind, when we've run into him, and he was coming from where we were going. Haywood, to be clear.
I figured.
And you know, I believe it's common knowledge in your church what exactly went down there.
Not necessarily.
Oh, there was a slaughter.
Yes, we are made aware of the situation, though I wouldn't say it's public knowledge even within the church. All those that run churches like myself and Scrya, we of course know. I am curious what you would like me as an individual to have done about that.
Oh, you know. Not help a madman?
Well, had I known what was going on and what the plans he talked about were, I would probably have withdrawn.
But you did know what was going on.
I knew about the experiments, sure, why not? Didn't know the means. I didn't know what the end to the means were.
Is that true? Going through the letters?
From the one-sided conversation, very vague notions of plans and stuff, doesn't go into detail about what they were.
Insight checker.
I am gonna insight check her, actually. That's a good idea, Felky. Thank you.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Also, if you guys want to interject at any point, I know I'm kind of leading, but you can.
Yeah, go off, you guys, if you want to say.
If you got an objection, go ahead.
Kashan, I imagine you might have wrapped around to the other side to listen.
If Hot Orc Lady wants to suplex
Yeah, you can
there,
totally do that. Kashana can be in the other way.
I mean, can I hear from outside the door? Oh, wait, they're in the office.
Yeah, you probably, unless you weren't like checking in to make sure they were okay, I guess you would still be out at the front. But if you had peeked in to see how things were going, you could have inferred that they went to the office.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll have peeked in and seen that they're going there, so I'll be out by the window and ready to bamf in.
So you can hear the conversation.
Okay, cool.
I got a 19.
19.
19, yeah.
You're not feeling great.
Like, I'm not trusting this. This is a little hogwash.
Yeah, you're not feeling super great about what she's saying, how she's saying it.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Barry. I think you're lying to me. You're saying you know about the experiments, but you don't know about the means to the end. The letters, while they are vague, as I only have the one side, they seem to tell me otherwise.
You're free to think whatever you want. You have the evidence before you. It's been submitted to the higher ups. Frankly, I'm not too pleased with people coming in here and accusing me of having a hand in destroying a town.
Again, paper slap. Really doesn't seem like a full-on accusation. Kind of look at Velky. Just kind of give a look like not really sure where to go from here. As if I press it further, there might actually be fisticuffs, and Anates doesn't want that.
Yeah, no, nobody wants a fisticuffs. So Velky will step forward. As he is. And once again, Barry, I apologize. As I said, this must be very upsetting. However, I was there in Hayward. And as such, it was my report that started all of this. So, if you can understand from my perspective how horrible it was, and that I am only trying to find out where he went, so then therein that I can give those people a peace of mind.
Well, all I know is he was heading down to Art and said he was going to get on a ship to head somewhere. I don't know where.
There is one survivor. Her name is Sprig. Out of all of the people in Hayward, she was the only one to make it out alive. So, I hope that's something that you can keep in mind. Because as survivors, we all know that it can be hard.
I will keep it in mind. Sorry
You
to
are
hear.
correct. So that we can't rightfully judge you. And we're not here to judge, simply to ask questions. And I thank you for your cooperation as well.
I do. One last thing. I do want to tell you the same thing I told Scrya.
Oh god.
And you can take it how you will. When it comes down to it, I hope you find him before I do.
That is fair. I do not imagine it would be long before he is found. Though I doubt you will find him before the church.
And I hope. Legitimately. Not for your sake, but it kind of looks at Velky. For others, that you aren't as involved as you seem.
Well, if there is nothing else, I do believe there was other things that had been taken from me. Did you happen to find those?
I found the blight.
And I pull the blade out.
Oh. I didn't even realize. Huh.
Like you said, something can go missing pretty easily.
I'll give the key.
And the key. Yep.
Ah, that.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
I was
that's.
gonna mention the key. I'll give the key. I was about to be like, never mind, I keep the key. But if Velky mentions that, I give the key.
Most of what we found was thrown. That's pretty much all we got back.
Make a deception check.
I shall. Like, no charisma.
Can I help with that?
Got a 19.
Oh.
Oh, never mind. Imagine needing help. Couldn't
Well,
be Velky.
considering what's
My
left,
dice.
considering
are
what's
spicy.
still missing, I find this a very odd robbery. But
Me too.
You know what? You can keep the bottle of Blight. I don't really care. It doesn't do much good, I guess, just sitting downstairs.
Doesn't do much good outside either, does it?
No.
Why would we want to carry that around?
Yeah, well, Laura's gonna take it, or hot work lady's gonna snatch it back.
I kind of give Laura a look like, really?
Immediately.
It's already on record. It can't do any harm. Well, it can't consume anyone as it is. We keep them down in the basement forever.
It hurts, you know?
Then make sure no one touches it, I guess. Someone wanted it. I won't miss it.
Clearly. Sorry. Sorry. I didn't mean that.
Well, if there's nothing left, I believe we have places to be.
Yeah.
As you leave, before you get out, Velky, Barry has one last thing to say to you.
Shoulders up. He wheels back around. Yes.
I implore you to please be careful in the future. Remember our creed. Do not put yourself in places where you're not asked for.
But I have been asked.
Do I hear this?
Yeah, sure.
Onate spins around and he goes, as long as I'm around, you can be sure he has been asked to be there.
Well,
Correct. Barry, I apologize.
hopefully that doesn't lead you down a wrong path.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Do you say that out loud?
I don't, but shut the fuck up, Barry.
You withers.
Wrong path, my amp of fucking Tunya. Genocide isn't a wrong path, but Onates is. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that was it. That's her last words for you.
Sorry for my outburst.
His little fucking tail's dragging on the floor as he hobbles his way out of the office.
Once we get outside, Onates will instantly just be like, sorry if I got a little heated in there. I hope it doesn't spoil your relationship with that church.
I don't know how that's gonna go. Where's Kishona?
Wait, I'm here. I'm here.
But I
She
do
comes
want to-
bounding around the building.
I do want it on record. I do not trust him. Her, sorry.
The courage? Yeah, nobody trusts courage.
No, her. I do not trust her.
The only other two red tieflings you know are both he's.
She was clearly lying on parts of that. There were truths. I will give her that much, but it was not all the truth.
And that, but she's right on a taste. There's not a lot that I can do.
And I understand that. There's not a lot I can do. I'm not going to wage a one-man war against the church.
It would be pretty pitiful. I admit.
I'd like to think I could put up a bit of a fight.
Consider thousands of clerics. And then reconsider. Please, for the love of God, reconsider.
Anyway. If we find ourselves further into this whole matter, I just don't think we can trust her.
Velky,
Yes.
there's someone in the church you trust, correct?
Well, there are many, actually.
I
At
mean,
least
fully,
three.
fully trust. Like you could put your whole being into them.
Well, yes, Kishona. It seems as though you all think that I have reservations about the church.
No,
That is not the case. It is
No,
simply individuals.
I don't have reservations about the church. Just
everybody in the church.
just those two.
However, to answer your question, yes. I find myself close with Wilhelm's. And Skryre, I trust fully, of course. And then there's Orlin, my best friend from home. I trust him as well.
not saying that your church is bad or anything like that. What I was going to say is, for those you do truly, truly trust, I would put more information in their hands. Because I
So
don't...
this is why... Sorry, continue.
No, you go on.
This is why I wanted the letters. That way, if Barry was lying, I could send them to Skryre, and then Skryre would do something with it.
We do still have those. I never gave those to her.
She did not notice that you did not give those back.
The
I'll take what I'm missing. Oh, you can keep that. You can keep the blight. I'll take the key.
Yeah, we do a little trade.
Surprise.
Give Velky the letters back. Yeah, no, there was no way I was giving those back to her.
These letters, I will send them immediately. We're not here. Perhaps in an Arden Path. That would be the best solution. And after that, I did tell Skryre that I would send her mail anyway, so she's already expecting something from me. Won't be remiss.
It's the least good thing to get in the mail.
Hey, by the way.
Yeah, like, hey, hope you're doing well.
By the way, corrupt church people just thought you should know. Well, you already know because Anates already threatened you. Don't worry about it.
Leave
Seems to do
Skryre
that with
alone.
every church person.
Boy, howdy.
Listen, he trusts Skryre, sort of. She was also lying, but like less. Her lies were like, "Oh, I don't know who Courage is." Spoilers: I know who Courage is. Barry's lies were, "I don't know anything about the wrongdoing." Spoilers: I know a lot about the wrongdoing.
By the way, there are people that I trust, of course. But I will give them the information. I have no intention of holding it or withholding it. Skryre is the one that sent out message after all.
But now, if there's nothing else we need to do in this town, I believe it's about time we head to Arden Path.
Probably time to get the hell out of town, honestly.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay.
I have no loose ends here, do I? I wasn't supposed to do anything for Edwin or anything. I can leave.
No, you're all free to go.
Oh, get on the cart.
Oh yeah, let me go get Applebee.
That would be...
I'll fetch
Hi.
it.
Yes, hello, Lore.
Oh, I have to talk to a bunch of people. Can I talk to Kashana first? Well,
Yeah.
Velky is assuming getting Appleby.
Yes, Velky will go and collect the horse. You may speak.
Okay. Kashana, look what I got. Jiggles that bad
Law.
shit.
Damn
You can have it after. Want to taste it first?
Oh, are you gonna dip your finger in?
Yes, I do want Velky to be
Aw.
back because I don't want to die instantly. But
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
you can have it after my little experiment.
I just grab Lore by like his face and give him a kiss on each cheek, like. Mwah, mwah.
It smells
You went-
so big that it scrunches his little nose.
You are
Aw.
a darling devil.
I do my best sometimes.
It's
Still looks
Sorry.
like the orc.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put that in the chat instead of saying that out loud. I'm sorry.
So, is there anything else before Velky comes back with Appleby?
Sure, I'm gonna talk to Anates. This isn't where I wanted to talk to him, but it's fine.
I'm sad I don't know enough about Applebee's to make any jokes.
It's okay. Anates,
Yes.
do have a question for you. Before we head out.
Ask away.
I don't know if this is the right place to ask it, and so I'm not offended if you don't want to answer at this moment. But seeing that we eventually are going to your pond,
Yes.
what is it that you are trying to get? I understand trying to find yourself, and yeah, it's hard to not know who you are. I get that. What are you trying to get though? What are you hoping to learn?
I'll be honest. Anything is more than what I have now.
You
I want to know why they made me. Other
don't
than
want to
this
find out.
vague-
Oh, sorry.
Other than this vague concept of leading, I want to know why they made me.
You seem to be just going forward, though. You're not curious. I mean, you are, obviously, but I mean, you're not curious about other things that are missing? Like your parents, or where you grew up?
I don't know if those even exist. When I talked to Velke about this, he suggested that I had amnesia.
Hmm.
That I had simply forgotten who I was. And had filled the void with these, potentially with these delusions of grandeur. He didn't use those words, but
I didn't think so. But then that means that they must exist somewhere. You can't just have come out of nowhere. Right?
right. And perhaps I want to know that too. I don't know if I can get any of this, and I think maybe it's more likely for me to get why they created me than what they created me from.
Go forward instead of figure out other things.
But if there was a person beforehand, I would like to know about them.
Hmm.
Whose life did I steal?
Hmm. Well, um, I would like to help you about that. I would like to help find out who you were and who you are with you.
I hope I can find that out.
I personally can't imagine, well, I I wouldn't like to go without a family. So, just hope we can help you. That's all.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And I still intend to help you too. I know we're going to go to Ruin's Edge.
Yeah.
Find what you're looking for as well.
For what it's worth, I feel like we have similar paths, because I don't really know what it is that I'm looking for.
Well,
I, in a sense, don't really know who I am either. But, you know, I'm hoping to find it out. Find out what it is that I'm meant to be doing.
then hopefully we can both discover that.
Mm.
It would be good.
Yeah. I think it would do us both some good, actually.
Definitely.
So, Velky returns.
Yeah, I have a horse.
You pack
Norse.
up. You start heading out.
Yeet.
Oh,
Yes.
Laura, you wanted to test the juice?
Yeah, I did. Can we leave the city a little bit first?
Yep.
Not just do it right in the middle of the road? Somebody just
Okay.
keels over?
Valky is going to attach the horse. And he'll hop up in his usual seat.
I will take my usual spot.
Laura will sit with his back basically closest to Valky, not like away from him, but like just so he is in that vicinity. So if he does die, he's scared.
Yeah, no, I would also be scared. Valky would be scared for him if he knew what the fuck he was about to do.
Okay. So you drive out of town.
Yeah.
Everyone's comfortable.
I also have something I want to do on the cart, but it can and definitely will happen after this.
Okay.
Alright.
So you stick your finger in.
Yes.
Okay.
He licks it off the tip of his finger.
Make a Constitution saving throw for that.
Awesome.
You're all shit at con saves.
Oh. Oh no.
You got this, buddy.
16.
16.
16.
Yeah. Pretty
So you have a bit of a shiver and it burns a little bit. But you seem okay for the
Okay.
most part. Nothing. You don't die, you don't pass out.
All right. He's going to just a shot, like just a tiny bit, a little bit more than that.
You think this is Marmite season?
Like not a lot, but like literally just like touch it to his tongue basically, but the bottle, not licking it off of his finger. I'll make another Constitution save.
Yeah.
That one's a 15.
Same as before. Having taken so much so quickly, though, not that it's going to probably matter in the long run, you take 3 damage.
Okay.
It does not taste like anything.
Vegemite. Tastes like Vegemite.
Kind of like how when Kashana was trying to sniff it and it just felt like emptiness. It's kind of the same thing. It tastes like you can feel it, but there's just nothing.
Interesting. All right, Kashana, you can have this back. He gives it to Kashana.
Thank you, love.
You are welcome. I didn't die.
As
That's
you are
what
driving
matters.
out and you
Looking
get the
at
bottle
treasure?
back, Kashana,
Yeah.
I would like you to make a perception check.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, because you know I'm really good at those. With my negative fucking 1.
Rip.
18.
18. You get the bottle back and you're now a little bit of ways out of town and you just kind of look out onto the distance and you see a very, very familiar tree and hill and flowers.
Stop the cart. Stop the cart.
What? Why? We just left.
I hop off the cart.
There she goes.
Oh, so much for what I was gonna do.
This is worse than when you decided to heap off the cart, turn your ass into a horse, and run off. God damn it, where did she go? Rubberneck.
Follow the Kellister.
So you run up.
I book it down to the tree. I'm off.
Okay. As you get to the tree, it's disorienting because you feel like so much like you've been here, and you recognize it obviously from your dream last night. And there are moments where it's almost such a perfect replica that you can't tell if you're awake or if you're still dreaming.
go up to the tree and I put my hand on it.
It is a tree.
Do I feel anything? Like, I just feel...
You feel a strong sense of nostalgia.
Do I, like, remember this place other than my dream?
Is there a difference?
I mean, like, have I been here before? Like...
Right now, your mind is having difficulty differentiating between memory and dream. You feel like you've been here. Logically, you know you have not.
I just, like, fall down to my knees in front of this tree. And I just kind of, like, sit there.
A horse comes up beside Kashana. Applebee nibbles on her hair. As horses do.
Anastasia kind of, are you okay?
Elor's gonna jump off and go stand with her. Are you alright?
This was it. This was the place in my dream.
This tree.
This tree, this place. I'm awake, right? This isn't...
Oh, you're awake.
A little
Like I
ironic
said.
it happens around here.
All of my dreams are nightmares, and this is pretty normal, so... I think you're okay.
I've never been here before. Why did I see this place?
This happened after you sniffed the blight, correctly?
Yes.
Perhaps you're having memories. I'm not really sure how
I did
blight
get a blight
works
back,
outside of
so...
but
Well, good
that's not
things.
what I mean.
Blight doesn't kill you if you drink it.
Law! Okay, now it's not the time. I'm not going to cross that.
Yeah,
However,
it's not the time.
it's possible. I don't know. We've never really... Well, I've never really extensively tested blight in any capacity, but perhaps... I did say I would tell you what's underneath. Beyond that room, Kashona, he rests a hand on her shoulder. The one that you wanted to see. That's where we do our rituals. Specifically, it's where we extract and purify the body and the blight. So, that being said, what Law drank and what you sniffed is in and of itself kind of the remnants of a person.
Yum.
So that was just their memories.
I don't know. I'm just giving you an option. Perhaps something that could have happened. I don't know how it works. But... maybe? It felt real, right?
Very real.
Like it was you.
Like I was there. I was here.
Do you think it's a possibility?
Perhaps. Perhaps I think that I just got the memories of whoever this was. Whatever it absorbed.
Well,
it wasn't my home.
It had a name, I'm sure. But is that what you're looking for? Your home?
In a way. There's a physical home. I stand back up. But there's a spiritual home. I would like to see that home. I thought I had, but apparently this was it.
Can't say for sure. Maybe it's both.
Perhaps. I'm sorry, should we get going again? I just kind of like lethargically make my way back
Only-
onto the cart.
Only if you're
Then-
ready.
There's some
I'm
carrot
ready.
underneath the blanket. Maybe you should have a snack.
The
I take
secret
the carrot and I just nibble.
Bulky will hop back on the cart.
I could play
Yeah.
some tunes if you would like.
Hop up to my spot.
I think
Back
some
in that
tunes would
cart,
be
maybe.
lovely, darling.
Okay. Laura's gonna play that sweet, sweet music as they travel.
Okay.
And on a taste, there was something you wanted to do quick.
Once, as we're traveling, probably not immediately after that. I'll wait a little bit, but as we're going, Anastasia will he's kind of looking around, and he'll kind of look at Velky with his usual dumb grin on his face.
Are you sitting on the right or the left?
I always imagine the right.
He can't see you for shit.
Then screw my imagination the other way.
No, it's really funny.
Now that you know, maybe you've moved yourself to the left.
Yes, now that he knows, I am on the left. He just kind of looks over and gives Velky a stupid grin.
Hello? What? What's so funny?
I was thinking about something you said earlier.
Oh god. You're gonna embarrass me, aren't you?
What makes you think that?
I cried. You know, there's a lot of embarrassing things happened this afternoon. Both, actually. Now that I think about it.
Well,
Oh,
Maybe
what a
this
good
will
day.
help that.
Oh god. Okay, shoot, go for it.
Anastasia turns into a cat.
Oh my god.
He's a gray cat. He's got cats. He's like the socks when the fur's like, you know.
Booties.
He's got little blue socks. And the end of his tail and the tip of his ears are wispy like his dust hair.
Why is that cute? Look! Look! Oh my goodness! Look at this shit! It's got the reins in one hand and the other one is petting a cat.
He kind of hops up on Velky's lap, looks up at him with like the big cat eyes, and just goes,
I didn't want to cry more!
He gets up on like his hind legs, kind of balances himself on Velky, and kind of wipes at the tears under his eye.
Oh,
And pats at them.
so cute! You stop it! You're adorable! But only like this. Only like this.
If a cat could laugh, he's on me.
So as you drive off, Zin,
Yeah, he'll just kind of lay down.
is there anything Zintrus would like to do on this travel?
Matt's muted.
Matt? I can't believe Matt's dead.
I am wanting to give one chance of mail fraud before we end the session, if that is what Zin wanted to do.
Get some mail fraud. Can I get some
Only
mail
if you
fraud
want
in the
to.
chat?
No, if he wants to, or if there's something else he wants.
Get
Would
some
you like
mail
to do
fraud.
anything on this travel before we end this session?
Nah,
Okay. Then
sorry, I kind of drifted.
no worries. As
Oh,
you
crap.
drive off into what'll soon be a setting sun, I would say the party has gotten a bit closer. Some answers, probably still tons of questions, but
Yeah.
think the party will be able to handle them as they come. And that's where we're going to end the session tonight.
Feeling positive mood simlet.
We
What?
did it. We didn't end the session on more
Positive,
tragedy.
positive mood simlet.
Oh yeah.
Sim moodlet.
I want to thank everybody for coming in here tonight. I know this was a session that was not scheduled, but everyone seemed to really want to after the last one ended on such a good cliffhanger. I want to thank again everyone for being here tonight. I hope you enjoyed this little adventure in Springkeep, and we'll be back on the 29th. Should be the 29th for more. So I hope you all have a fantastic evening, and see you guys next time.